Real-time strategy games have given us some iconic titles like StarCraft, Age of Empires, and Command and Conquer. As we look into the gaming landscape of 2024, there's a lot to be excited about with new releases and developments that promise to redefine the RTS experience. Here are the top 15 upcoming RTS games that you should keep on your radar. Men of War 2 offers an immersive experience where players command military forces in real time to achieve various objectives. The game features 3 single-player campaigns focusing on American, Soviet, and German forces, each supplemented with historical content. It introduces diverse game modes, including raids, which generate 16 randomly selected battles, and Conquest, a dynamic campaign where players conquer territory. With over 20 multiplayer maps, 5 PvE modes, and 13 PvP modes, Men of War 2 promises a vast and engaging RTS experience.
All GDF units in 10 miles. Get our troops out of there. Weapons free. These things fire back. Get our drone fleet in the air and get me a satellite pointed at this. I want to know what the hell we're dealing with.
First announced at the THQ Nordic Showcase, Tempest Rising pays homage to the classic Command and Conquer series. Developed by Slipgate Ironworks and 3D Realms, this game features 3 factions with 2 currently having playable campaigns. The story revolves around a conflict over a nuclear power plant producing pure liquid energy. Tempest Rising emphasizes traditional RTS gameplay with base building, resource extraction, and strategic micromanagement. While the focus is currently on the single-player mode, a multiplayer mode is also in the works, promising competitive gameplay. Broken Arrow introduces a new level of complexity to RTS games. Players engage in large-scale, action-packed combat utilizing land, sea, and air deployments, including paratroopers, helicopters, tanks, artillery, and missile strikes. The game's urban battlefields, based on real locations, offer diverse settings like harbors, airports, refineries, and cities. With over 300 customizable units and more than 1,500 possible combinations, Broken Arrow ensures each battle is unique. A Terminator RTS might not have been on everyone's wish list, but Terminator, Dark Fate, Defiance is here to change that. Set in a war between humanity and Legion, a synthetic intelligence machine network, players control an army across strategic maps, making crucial decisions about unit placements, battle tactics, and abilities. The game skips base building, focusing instead on navigating a US map to recruit units. It promises dynamic and challenging gameplay with modular component damage systems, physics-based building demolitions, and a variety of units. The debut project from Starland Studios, Zero Space, launched a Kickstarter campaign aiming to blend cinematic real-time strategy with an epic sci-fi narrative influenced by games like Mass Effect. It features a dynamic story influenced by player choices, an open-world campaign with main missions, hero loyalty missions, and side stories. The game includes cinematic cutscenes, interactive dialogues, and diverse factions and heroes, providing a hardcore RTS experience without requiring excessive APM, actions per minute. Fragile Existence combines real-time strategy, for X, and survival genres. Players navigate space, explore planets for resources, and plan ground expeditions with direct control over away teams. The game introduces traditional RTS mechanics like base building and unit management on planet surfaces, presenting different challenges than space operations. Players must manage resources and refine materials for survival while facing threats in space, including interceptors, firecrafts, and capital ships. The gameplay promises seamless transitions between space and ground operations, extensive customization options, and a sandbox experience. For fans of historically accurate games with a twist, Rat and Reich is a real-time strategy game set in a war between anthropomorphic rats, mice, roaches, and lizards. Players command squads or entire divisions with unique factions like the militarized Rat and Reich, the trade-focused Free Mouse Republic, the industrial Tsar Empire, and the naval powerhouse Sun Empire. The game features a destructible environment, allowing players to gain tactical advantages by targeting enemy fortifications. Age of Mythology is set to receive a definitive edition called Age of Mythology Retold. The original game introduced a fantastical twist to the classic Age of Empires format with cultures inspired by Greek, Egyptian, and Norse mythology. The remaster promises beautiful graphics, updated gameplay, and potentially new features to make the game more accessible and enjoyable for modern audiences. Although there's no release date or platform information yet, it's confirmed to launch on PC. A sequel to Planetary Annihilation, Industrial Annihilation, has been announced by Galactic Annihilation. This game combines deep factory building with RTS action, challenging players to manage their war efforts and intricate supply chains. Inspired by games like Factorio, it aims to create a world-class factory game intertwined with a world-class RTS experience. Built in Unreal Engine 5, it supports 1 to 2 player co-ops, up to 4 players in competitive PvP, and includes a single-player story campaign. The game is currently crowdfunding and set for Steam Early Access release in Q2 2024.
Reposition. Full burn. Adjust your axis.
After several delays, Homeworld 3 is set to release on March 8, 2024. It retains the 3D real-time strategy gameplay of its predecessors, offering a space-based experience with fighters, frigates, and cruisers. New features include megaliths and trenches, providing additional strategic options. The focus remains on the campaign mode and solo gameplay, with a secondary mode called War Games, incorporating roguelike elements and supporting both solo and 3-player co-op play. Dustfront is a classic real-time strategy game with grand strategy elements. It features a procedural world and nonlinear campaign, where players construct bases, gather resources, and lead armies into battle. Unlike a linear campaign, Dustfront incorporates emergent narrative elements driven by procedural generation and player decisions. Random events and territory control shape the faction's path, with up to a dozen different endings influenced by player actions. Godsworn draws inspiration from iconic RTS titles like Warcraft 3 and Age of Mythology. Set in a fictionalized version of the Northern Crusades, players take on the role of a divine hero leading armies of mortals and mythical creatures. The game features a unique gameplay style where players choose a god at the start, akin to a hero unit, which can earn experience and unlock new abilities. Godsworn is scheduled to enter early access later this year, with a full launch expected in the future.
The Celestials fight unlike anything we've seen, harnessing both light and dark.
Developed by Frost Giant Studios, Stormgate is a blend of modern and classic RTS. Created by Blizzard veterans, it introduces new ideas alongside classic elements. Notable features include automated construction with quick macros, UI displaying essential information, and automatic control groups for unit organization. Stormgate positions itself as a spiritual successor to titles like Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2, offering an exciting prospect for fans and potentially introducing the genre to a new generation of gamers. Set within a colossal Dyson sphere megastructure, Sanctuary, Shattered Sun offers a battlefield spanning dozens of kilometers. Players can field armies of up to 10,000 units across ground, air, and naval theaters, blending strategic depth and tactical gameplay. The game's economy-driven decision-making process, flow-based economic system, and dynamic matches contribute to a unique RTS experience. It distinguishes itself with real-time ballistics, beam weapon simulations, visible projectiles, and immersive combat mechanics. Set to release on April 26, 2024, for early access on PC, Manor Lords offers a visually stunning and detailed city-building experience set in 14th century Europe. Players must establish a functioning village, managing complex production chains and trade to meet the growing demands of the population. The game incorporates real-time strategy components with combat elements, featuring threats like bandits and rival lords. Players need to equip and train troops for battles, considering the consequences of war on their land and production chains. As we step into 2024, these upcoming RTS titles promise to bring fresh experiences and innovations to the genre. Whether you're a fan of classic gameplay or looking for something new, there's plenty to look forward to in the world of real-time strategy games.